Hi, I'm Flip Nicklin. Welcome to Humpback Chronicles. Today's interview, in their words, is with Haley Robb. Haley is the newest co-investigator at Whale Trust, meaning she can work independently. Welcome, Haley. How are you doing?
Hi, Flip. I'm doing good. I am officially done with my 2021 field season, so I'm a little bit bummed I'm not out on the water with the whales anymore. But I'm currently wrapping up our catalog ID for the season, getting all of the matches inputted and all of the IDs into the database, as well as I'm TAing right now for marine mammal biology class at my school online, so it's been a very interesting experience.
And today that means that we get to hear Haley's story in her own words. How did you get involved? What got you started with being interested in working with whales, and how did you get involved with Whale Trust?
I remember in elementary school, we would occasionally get picked up by my parents on the boat because at King Kamehameha III, the school backs right up against Lahaina Harbor. So they would come pick us up sometimes and get to take us out whale watching, which was such a fun treat for me. I got to attend Whale Quest's Keiki program, which was the precursor to the Whale Tales event, and I remember having an absolute blast there. We got to paint life-size cutouts of humpback whale flukes, and I couldn't believe how big that they actually were. And I also vividly remember seeing critter cam footage of a male in an active group that had engulfed water to expand its throat pleats to make itself appear much larger. And I was totally in shock by this. I had no idea they even did it. I was so used to seeing them on just the surface, so for me to see footage of them underwater was just an incredible experience. I loved it so much that my parents would take me back to Whale Tales every year, and I got introduced to Dr. Megan Jones that way and was helping out with her hormone project at Lahaina Luna High School when I was a high school student there. So one day, Jim and Megan took me and two other students out on the research boat as a thank you for the work that we've been doing. And I had the time of my life. I was so excited to be around whales, to be around the researchers that were studying them. I remember after that, I immediately wrote both of them an email about how excited I was to have been a part of that. And I had decided from that point on that I wanted to study whales, and I'd been involved with Whale Trust ever since.
Well, we're certainly happy that you did come and become part of Whale Trust, and certainly one of the regular group I go out with when I'm there. But speaking of being there, I wasn't there this winter because of a number of reasons and the pandemic changing things around quite a bit. But you were. What did you do? What was it like being there and being? I think it was great having you become a co-investigator so you can be independent in working on projects. But what was it like trying to get things done this season?
This season definitely looked a little different than past seasons I had been involved with. For one, it was a bummer not having you out here, Flip, so I really look forward to seeing you again soon. It was mainly Megan and I here for a majority of the season, and to be COVID conscious, we kept our research team really small and enrolled the help of my dad Curtis to drive the boats for us while we collected data. So thanks, Dad. And although I was physically in Maui, I was still enrolled in online classes, so we were getting out in between courses to collect song recordings, IDs, and I was even able to collect some biopsy samples this season that I will use in my dissertation research. They're currently still sitting in my freezer until I go back to Santa Cruz, along with a sample of calf poop that I just felt like I needed to have. The next season, we have a big research effort with multiple projects, so this was a really good preparation for that, figuring out what data we have and what we're going to need. I feel very fortunate to have had the opportunity to get out on the water at all, as I'm technically supposed to be in school in Santa Cruz. So there have been perks to remote learning. I'm currently working on finishing up our ID catalog for this season, so I should have an update for that soon.
Well, we're certainly glad that you were out there and that we got some touch on this really different year I'm hoping to get out there early this year, probably by early December, and look forward to working with you out there. I know you've got a lot of things going on, but especially I know you've got new school projects started. You're at a new place doing new things. What are your plans? I know you're what are you going to do this year working with us in Hawaii and long range? What are you going to do? And just what should we know about Haley Robb and what directions you're going in?
My plan is that I will continue to be a part of the Whale Trust Ohana and research team, definitely throughout my PhD and ideally beyond that. I'm fortunate enough that I'm able to be around for whale seasons to assist with Whale Trust research initiatives as well as gather data for my own dissertation, which is going to be looking at the role that hormones play on the breeding grounds throughout the season and how that might be able to tell us about the reproductive state and health of the whales, as well as what might be driving some of these social interactions that we see here.
I think maybe the most important thing is what are the questions that you want to answer that I didn't ask? What did I leave out? Just anything that you want to address, I'll come up with a question to go with it.
I guess a question you can ask Flip would be, what advice would you have for people that want to get started with this kind of work? Which my response would be, get out there and get involved, whether that be at Whale Trust or somewhere else. Expose yourself to the research or work that interests you and find out what you like and what you're good at. I'd also encourage people to introduce yourself to those you look up to in the field and start a conversation with them. Whale Tales is an excellent platform for that. It gives you an opportunity to see what other people are doing within the field and where you might want to fit in. It has worked out really well for me. I want to thank you, Flip, for having me on and for you and Whale Trust's continual support and aloha. Mahalo.
Thank you very much, Haley. Looking forward to seeing you out there and being on the boat, seeing whales in the morning over the early coffee. Again, thank you very much. And thank you all for listening to our stories and of course, thank you for your support. Bye bye.